Hello everyone. In this lesson we're going to learn about the use of distort text shadow in Adobe Photoshop. So therefore we have to open an image from our exercise file. So I'm going to click File menu, and from there I'm going to use this Open option. And you can see here we have that grass middle on green image. So you just have to select it and then you have to click Open. Okay, so you can see here we got a green lawn in here, and we have to apply a distort text shadow. So therefore we have to unlock the background layer first. So you can see here this is the background layer. Let me unlock it. Okay, so we unlocked the background layer, and now we have to use the type tool. So this is our type tool, and we have to write something here. So as an example, let me write Steven, and before writing you have to make sure that the color of the text is white. So here is the fill color. Let me pick the white color instead of black, and now let me write Steven. Okay, it seems really very small in size, so we have to select the text, and here is the option for increasing the text size. So let me click this option, and instead of 12 let me go with the 72, and I want to increase more. Okay, but I will increase more in different ways. So now we have to change the font style. So therefore here is the option for changing the font style. As an example, let me pick some kind of basic things like Arial. Let me select this Arial, and from the regular option I want to use this Arial black. Okay, now I have a more stronger font style. So once it's done you just have to click this tick mark for commit to transform. Okay, now I have to place this text properly with this image. So therefore what we have to do, we have to click this edit menu, and from there you will have this transform option, and from there you will get this scale option, or you can press Ctrl and T button, T for table, those we are using Windows, and if you are using Mac you have to press Command and T button. So let me select this scale, and once you will click in scale you will have this kind of a setting. So once you will have this kind of pointer, you can move this text at anywhere inside the image. So let me place my image in here. Okay, now I want to increase, or I want to make this text large. So here is a pointer for enlarging the text. Okay, fine. So once it's done you just have to click this tick mark. Okay, cool. Now we're going to apply a drop shadow in this image. So therefore please make sure that text layer is selected, because when you will add any text, automatically a text layer is creating inside the layer panel. So make sure that text layer is selected. Now we're going to add a drop shadow, and therefore we have to go for effects option. From there you will have this drop shadow option. Okay, so you can see here we have a large and long drop shadow, but we don't need the drop shadow in this way. We want to reduce the distance. I want to make the 90-degree angle. I want to reduce the spread size, as well as I want to reduce the size also. Let me increase the opacity for 100%. Okay, so what we got distance for 12 pixel, we got spread for 13%, we got size for 16 pixel. Okay, so once it's done you just have to click OK. Okay, so you can see here we got a drop shadow with our text, and you can see here another option or another layer is added, but we have to make this drop shadow, this layer, as a complete layer. So therefore you have to right click with your mouse in this drop shadow option, and then you have to click this create layer option. So let me click this create layer option, and an error or a notification will appear in here. So you just have to click this OK button. Okay, you can see here that we have a drop shadow layer separately. So this is our text layer and this is our drop shadow layer. So please make sure that new drop shadow layer is selected. Okay, now we have to scale it. So after selecting the drop shadow layer, you can press Ctrl and T button for scale, or you can just click this edit menu, transform option, scale option. So you can see here right now we have the drop shadows in here. That means we can separate the drop shadow from our text. Okay, so I want to change the placement of the text. Therefore I want to flip it, and for flipping you just have to click this edit menu. From there you will have the transform option, and from there you will have this flip vertical option. So let me click flip vertical, and you can see here it's flipped in here. And now I want to place this text drop shadow in here. Okay, so we got the perfect drop shadow in here. Fine. Once it's placed perfectly, you can hit the enter button from your keyboard, or you can just click in the tick mark. Okay, now I want to apply the distort text effect to this drop shadow, and therefore please make sure that drop shadow layer is selected. And now I am going to click this edit menu. From there I'm going to click this transform option, and from the transform option I'm going to use this distort option. Then another pointer you will have in here. So I want to make it distort like this. Okay, so I just placed the drop shadow in this way. So once it's done, you just have to hit the enter button from your keyboard, or you can just click this tick mark. Okay, do you really think it looks nice? Answer is no, it's not looks good. Do you know why? Because this drop shadow is not looks like a shadow, but we have to apply the shadow effect. And it's a very simple process. Do you know how? You just have to reduce the opacity for this drop shadow layer. So make sure that drop shadow layer is selected, and from the opacity you just have to reduce the opacity, and you can see here now it looks much better than before. Okay, now it looks good. We used 52% of opacity, and now you can see here that this text have a distort drop shadow in here. So this is very simple process, and this is how you will apply the distort text drop shadow in Adobe Photoshop.